What's up, everybody? This is way too good to not share it with you. So every once in a while, I walk by my book or I'll see my book and I'll just open it up. That's called
Bibliomancy or Sortes of Virgilianae.
So let's get right to it, and then I'll tell you. Maybe I'll pull some cards at the end. So this is it. Time does not heal. Time doesn't heal. God heals in time. And I know that to be true because I healed over time with God. And it was because of God. And all the glory goes to God. And this is from Ecclesiastes 3:3. A time to kill and a time to heal. A time to tear down and a time to build. A time to weep and a time to laugh. A time to mourn and a time to dance. A time to throw stones and a time to gather them. A time to embrace and a time to avoid embracing. A time to search and a time to count as lost. A time to keep and a time to throw away. A time to tear and a time to sow. A time to be silent and a time to speak. A time to love and a time to hate. A time for war and a time for peace. What does the worker gain from his struggles? And it's funny because this was all about the live today. We were saying be grateful for our struggles, right? I have seen the task that God has given the children of Adam to keep them occupied. He has made everything appropriate in His time. I love this. He also has put eternity in their hearts. But no one can discover the work God has done from the beginning to end. I know that there is nothing better for them than to rejoice and enjoy the good life. It is also the gift of God whenever anyone eats, drinks, and enjoys all his efforts. I know that everything God does will last forever. There is no adding to it or taking from it. God works so that people will be in awe of Him. Whatever is has already been, and whatever will be already is. However, God seeks justice for the persecuted. I also observed under the sun there is a wickedness at the place of judgment, and there is wickedness at the place of righteousness. I said to myself, God will judge the righteous and the wicked. Since there is a time for every activity and every work, I said to myself, this happens so that God may test the children of Adam, and they may see for themselves that they are like animals. For the fate of the children of Adam and the fate of animals is the same. As one dies, so dies the other. They all have the same breath. People have no advantage over animals since everything is futile. All are going to the same place. All come from dust and all return to dust. Who knows if the spirits of the children of Adam go upward and the spirits of animals go downward to the earth? I have seen that there is nothing better than for a person to enjoy his activities, because that is his reward. For who can enable him to see what will happen after he dies? Again, I deserved all the acts of the oppression being done under the sun. Look at the tears of all who are oppressed. They have no one to comfort them. Power is with those who oppress them. They have no one to comfort them. So I commanded the dead who have already died more than the living who are still alive. But better than either of them is one who has not yet existed, who has not seen the evil activity that is done under the sun. But better than either of them. So I commanded the dead who have already died, more than the living who were already alive, But better than either of them is the one who has yet existed, who has yet seen the evil activity that is done under the sun. It's like once you're a witness to it, it's as if it's like in your cells, like we were talking about. And that's what happened when, like, it wasn't, I guess, it was, like they said, all in God's time, and God, like, Lucifer does nothing without God. Neither does Jesus, neither do we. Lucifer entered the Garden of Eden with the permission of God, and they saw that and was like, "Ooh," you know what I mean? Once they saw it, it was it. Oh, more eternity. The world needs to change. Now is the time for that. Now is the time for change. Alright, I'm looking at this and it's saying, read me. I saw that all the labor and all skillful work is due to one person's jealousy of another's. This too is futile in the pursuit of the wind. The fool folds his arms and consumes his own flesh. Better one handful with rest than two handfuls with effort and a pursuit of the wind. Again, I saw futility under the sun. There is a person without a companion, without even a son or a brother. And though there is no end to all his struggles, his eyes are still not content with riches. Who am I struggling for, he asked, and depriving myself of good things? This too is futile and a miserable task. Two are better than one because they have good rewards for their efforts. For if either falls, his companion can lift him up. But pity the one who falls without another to lift him up. Also, if two lie down together, they can keep warm. But how can one person alone keep warm? And if someone overpowers one person, two can resist him. A cord of 3 strands is not easily broken, and we talked about that, the woven thread. Better is a poor but wise youth than an old but foolish king who no longer pays attention to warnings. For he came from prison to be king, even though he was born poor in his kingdom. I saw all the living who move about under the sun follow a second youth who succeeds him. There is no limit to all the people who were before them, yet those who come later will not rejoice in him. This too is futile and a pursuit of the wind. Should we read 5? Alright, since we talked about caution, we're going to read this one more. 7. I'll pull a card on this. Guard your steps when you go to the house of God. Better to approach in obedience than to offer the sacrifice as fools do, for they ignorantly do wrong. Do not be hasty to speak, and do not be impulsive to make speech before God. God is in heaven, and you are on earth. So let your words be few. Just as dreams accompany much labor, so also a fool's voice comes with many words. When you make a vow to God, don't delay fulfilling it, because he does not delight in fools. Fulfill what you vow. Better that you do not vow than you vow and do not fulfill. Do not let your mouth bring guilt on you, and do not say the presence of the messenger that it was a mistake. Why should God be angry with your words and he destroy the work of your hands? For many dreams bring fatality, so do many words. Therefore, fear God. All right, this brings it all together. If you see oppression of the poor and provision of justice and righteousness in the province, don't be astonished at the situation, because one official protects another official and higher officials protect them. The profit from the land is taken by all. The king is served by the field. The one who loves silver is never satisfied with silver, and whoever loves wealth is never satisfied with income. This too is futile. When good things increase, the ones who consume them multiply. What then is the profit to the owner except to gaze at them with his eyes? The sleep of the worker is sweet, whether he eats little or much, but the abundance of the rich permits him no sleep. There is a sickening tragedy I have seen under the sun, wealth kept by its owner to his harm. That wealth was lost in a bad venture, so when he fathered a son, he was empty-handed. As he came home from his mother's womb, so he will go again. Naked as he came, he will take nothing for his efforts that he can carry in his hands. This too is a sickening tragedy. Exactly as he comes, so he will go. What does the one gain who struggles for the win? What is more, he eats in darkness all his days with much frustration, sickness, and anger? Here is what I have seen to be good. It is appropriate to eat and experience good in all the labor one does under the sun during the few days of his life. God has given him, because that is his reward. Furthermore, everyone to whom God has given riches and wealth, he has also allowed them to enjoy them. Take his reward and rejoice in his labor. This is a gift of God. For he does not often consider the days of his life, because God keeps him occupied with the joy of his heart. Hey everybody, so I didn't get to record the reading right after our video on that Bible reading. So on this reading, time doesn't heal wounds. God heals wounds over time. We're going to do a little reading on that. I promised y'all a tarot reading, and I am going to post the video without the tarot reading. So, as promised, with the full on the bottom, let's see. Time doesn't heal wounds. God does. This one and this one. These two. Wow, talk about wounds. And there's the wounds. The 3 of Swords were stabbed in the heart, got stabbed in the back. This is heartbreak. This is tremendous loss. And I hear a mother keening for her child. And perhaps this is this heavy energy with the healing, with the Page of Pentacles. I mean, the Page of Wands. This is some kind of bad news that we lose. We got knocked off our chariot, and this is us surrendering. And perhaps it takes this loss for us to surrender. You know, this is in deep subconscious where we're not yet aware of, but it's as if from healing and from surrendering, we're connecting with the spirit here, we receive this new token. And I see him going to him saying, you know, there's a riddle. We have to complete this riddle in order to get this. And I see that you defeated this. You received the token from the troll because you completed the riddle. You figured it out. And you did that by doing this, by standing up to all these people. It's almost as if you had to, like, all these people were or this could be some kind of competition that you face, that you had to really release all of your abundance or all that you worked for in order to release this. And this was the decision. It's like, oh, well, in order for me to stand up against all of this, I have to release everything that I've worked hard for. And this is what we're celebrating. It's almost as if we're celebrating this loss. We're celebrating this loss because now we no longer have all of the burdens. This 10 of Wands is a big burden to carry on our back. It's really heavy, but it's as if we're celebrating these losses. We're celebrating what we lost. We're really feeling it. You know, this 5 goes along with the swords. This is, again, a very big loss. You know, we're really stressing over what we lost. But with this 10, this is letting it go. It's like, okay, now that we felt it, we can celebrate and really release it. And this is this over time. You know, the 10 of Pentacles, after we get to the 10, we go to the 1, and this is what's in the deep subconscious, this 3 of Pentacles. And this is telling us that we do have help. We do have help. Perhaps we do have to pay for some kind of help, but it's as if this is some kind of teamwork that's going to bring all of this together. It's almost as if this is the piece that you need to bring to this, so that way this team can come out winning this time. It's almost like a divine team. You're working with this troll and God. And this is how to do it. And look, y'all, I just had to show you when I split the deck, we have the 6 of Wands. So although we lost the battle, we didn't lose the war. And this is us winning. Look, again, with the other 6, the 6 and the 6. It's as if we come up winning when we surrender to the Spirit. The Spirit takes us out of the rocky waters into the clear. And this is us winning. After we release this, it's as if we get this comfort from the Holy Spirit, from the God, from this is our truth. When we take this first step, it's like the angel's there to catch us. We have to take this first step. The angel's there to catch us. It'll help us release this, and it'll take us to this win. And this is a beautiful reading. And this is all starts by standing up to this competition and really releasing all of these things. You know, we're letting go of this big burden. And that is beautiful, all in divine timing with divine healing. Beautiful, guys. Thank you so very much. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And yeah, see you soon. Love you.